As we get towards the end of this year, 2021, I don't know about you guys, but I am so grateful to God for the things that He did not do for me this year, honestly. When I look back at it, I'm basically looking back and I'm saying, this is collateral goodness. You know the way very many people say collateral damage? It's damage on top of damage on top of damage. But for me, I look back and I'm like, this is collateral goodness. It's goodness upon goodness upon goodness. And there's somebody in the Bible who I'd like us to just reflect on. And in my view, I think this person is also looked back and said, that was God. In Judges chapter 7, all the way from verse 1 towards the end of the chapter, we are seeing a man here who was called by God, and this is Gideon. In fact, God refers to him as a man of valor in chapter 6 of Judges. And he's a man who was commissioned by God. He was given an assignment, and the assignment is to go out against the Midianites and to defeat the Midianites with the troop that he had already come up with. The most interesting bit here is that Gideon had set aside 32,000 men who were supposed to fight against the Midianites, and the Midianites were known to be at 135,000. Ideally, when you look at it, the odds were 4 is to 1. The ratio is 4 is to 1. So ideally here, even if God would tell Gideon to downsize the number of men who are to go out in the battlefield, Gideon did not complain. He didn't ask God, why are you asking me to downsize this men? Eventually, we look at, when you read the chapter, you'll see that Gideon ended up working with 300 men against 135,000 men who are in the Midianites army. And ideally, eventually, at the end of it, we are seeing that God gave Gideon victory against the Midianites. You can imagine 300 is to 135,000 people. And what God is trying to teach us here is that His goodness is all around us. That in as much as we may get into a battlefield, or we may get into a scenario or a journey or an assignment with our own understanding, with our own wisdom, God already has a different plan altogether for us. And you could be saying that this was me this year. I had planned, 1, 2, 3 things. I had set aside this and this, but it didn't turn out the way I expected it to. I can imagine Gideon was in the same place. He said that I came in with, my 32,000 and was expecting to get in the battlefield with 32,000 men, but eventually we find in the story that they didn't even have to lift a finger or a sword, guys, to defeat these people, to go killing them. For God just gave them victory, ideally at night, and we find that they ended up fighting against each other, and eventually they were defeated. So you could be watching this video and you're saying that, why didn't things turn out the way I expected them to? I'm here to let you know that it was God's collateral goodness for your life. That God looked at you and said that I will put this and this and this into place. That God is saying that this is the direction He wanted you to take, and this is the purpose that He had already outlined for you. So no regrets for this year. I already did a video on no regrets. We also looked at collateral goodness part 1, a few weeks ago. And I'm here again to encourage you and to let you know that God definitely has an amazing plan for you. In Philippians chapter 1 verse 6, he says that, scripture says that we are confident, being confident in this very thing, that He who has begun a good work in you will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. So when you're looking back at this year, I hope you can look back and say that I am grateful for the things that God did not do for me this year. Thank you so much for watching these videos. We look forward to engaging with you on our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Please share this content, drop a comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and until next time, God bless you.